Sonequa Martin Green has hopes for Star Trek Discovery's Captain Michael Burnham to someday cross over with other Star Trek captains, naming 2 specific legendary fellow Star Trek series leads. Martin Green led Star Trek Discovery for 5 seasons, with Michael Burnham earning her long-awaited promotion to captain of the USS Discovery at the end of Star Trek Discovery Season 3. This put Burnham among the lofty stratosphere of Star Trek's greatest captains. Speaking to Screen Rant's Joe Deckelmeyer at Fan Expo Dallas Star Trek panel, Sonequa Martin Green indulged the fantasy of Captain Burnham meeting other Star Trek captains. Martin Green's choices of who Burnham should cross over with make sense since, like Michael, they are also pioneering captains in the Star Trek franchise. Of course, Sonequa also would love for Burnham to go on a mission with all of Star Trek's captains. Check out Martin Green's quote below. Sonequa Martin Green wanting Captain Michael Burnham to meet Captain Benjamin Sisko, Avery Brooks, of Star Trek Deep Space Nine is logical. Sisko blazed the trail Burnham followed as the first African-American captain to lead a Star Trek series. Like Burnham, however, Sisko began Star Trek Deep Space Nine as a commander, and it took 3 seasons before he received his promotion. This echoes how Michael Burnham also finally became a captain at the end of Star Trek Discovery Season 3. Captain Kathryn Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, of Star Trek Voyager also walked so that Burnham could fly on Star Trek Discovery. While there were other female captains in Star Trek, Janeway was the first woman to lead a Star Trek TV series. Janeway was also promoted to Admiral after Star Trek Voyager ended, which is the rank she holds in Star Trek Prodigy. Like Janeway, Michael Burnham became an admiral, as seen in the epilogue of Star Trek Discovery's series finale. Captain Michael Burnham meeting Captain Benjamin Sisko and Captain Kathryn Janeway is a Star Trek fan's dream, but the possibility is remote. Avery Brooks has not portrayed Sisko since Star Trek Deep Space Nine ended in 1999, and he has retired from acting, although fans continue to hope he could be persuaded to return. Kate Mulgrew returned as Admiral Janeway in Star Trek Prodigy, but a logical challenge is Captain Burnham living in the 32nd century, hundreds of years removed from Janeway in Star Trek's timeline. Yet in Star Trek, where there's a will, there's a way. It's possible Star Trek could assemble its captains for an all-star adventure. It might be more likely, however, for Captain Burnham to meet other captains in some sort of animated Star Trek scenario. Otherwise, Star Trek comics from IDW have been depicting dream crossovers that aren't possible in Star Trek TV and movies. Even if they never meet on screen, the influence of Captain Sisko and Captain Janeway can be felt in Captain Burnham on Star Trek Discovery.